to the TMC Newsroom. Thanks for watching. My name's Rich Tarani, and we're reporting from San Jose this week. On our program is Alex Henthorn-Iwane, who's the Vice President of Marketing and Packet Design. Alex, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me here.
We appreciate your time, and I was hoping to start off by giving the viewers just an overview of your company.
Sure. Packet Design is a network management company that's focused on helping large enterprises, service providers, mobile operators, government agencies to understand the complex dynamics in their IP networks.
And have you found that the aggregation of so many types of media, especially real-time media like video and voice, has made that job more complicated?
Well, it's made it more critical, I would say. You know, the wave of video, interactive media has made not only business communications different and more real-time in nature, but also consumer communications. So if you're a retail provider trying to get content or communications to users or between users, it means that data is more sensitive. The offshoot of that is that you build networks that are more redundant to ensure that the data gets there, but it also means that they're more complex to manage and understand.
So out of your different categories of customers, are you seeing any trends in one group versus the other, the carriers versus enterprise?
There are a number of trends that we see that are increasing network complexity. On the enterprise side, one that's you could say at the tail end, but from a management point of view is still a thorn in their side, is the move to MPLS. You know, it's been going on for well over a decade. And now that a lot of enterprises have outsourced their WAN to AT&T or Verizon or what have you, they've discovered they no longer have any insight as to how their wide area network routing is working, how exactly traffic is moving around. They just can't tell how things are working, and that really has an impact on ensuring that their applications are being delivered effectively. So that's now being exacerbated by the move to cloud computing and virtualization, where virtualization is causing data to become much more dynamic in the way it's flowing around the network. Cloud computing is moving pieces of the IT infrastructure across an internet cloud. So now you've got multiple clouds to try to figure out and understand how they all come together. You've got data that's becoming more and more dynamic, and so that's a real challenge for enterprises.
And how are you helping solve those challenges?
So the way our technology works is it starts with the idea that IP networks were successful because they have the intelligence to route around failures, and they're sort of auto magic that way. But that auto magicness also means they're hard to understand. What we did is I guess, figure out that we could plug into that auto magic by passively participating in the routing protocol communications that actually manage how traffic is moved around the network. By doing that, we can understand exactly how all traffic moves from any point A to any point B across one or more different kinds of clouds, and give the IT manager the insight, and their team the insight to detect problems, troubleshoot problems, and even do modeling and that sort of thing to make sure that their infrastructure is well understood.
And what sort of visualization tools do you provide to allow this to take place?
So we, if you can imagine that you know, a large complex network has tons of routers and links and internet peerings and MPLS clouds and that sort of thing, we can show sort of a layer 3 routing and traffic map. Where someone can visualize the precise path that traffic, let's say some critical application traffic that was having a problem, exactly how that traffic was moving through the network at any point in time. Present, we can rewind the model and look at exactly how it's moving in the past. So, and we can predictively say, given certain changes in the network, how would it move in the future?
Now, does your technology help with fraud detection or prevention as well? Or are you capturing those packets, or is that a separate system a company would need?
We're not really focused on security per se. I would say we're mostly focused on network operations, engineering, and planning. There are, security applications to understanding the way your your network routing and all is working. It's really a matter of integrity. For example, if you have no idea what are the gazintas and gazatas of your network, as it were, how would you know how to deploy your firewalls and the other
Right.
security architectural pieces? So that's something that we think is complementary to that, but it's not our focus.
Now, are you adding any latency or extra baggage to the network?
We're a very low impact implementation. So for example, if you want to understand almost in any size network, and we have customers with networks with thousands upon thousands of routers, truly gigantic networks. We can understand all the routing for that with one appliance deployed in one place.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very, very low impact technology. Part of the reason for that is that routing protocols, what we tap into, are themselves meant and built to be low traffic, very low latency.
Sure.
And we have the way that we understand network-wide traffic uses that intelligence. So basically, we collect traffic information. We use NetFlow at the major sources of traffic to the network, like your data centers or internet peerings. And then because we know the exact route that all those traffic flows take, we can simply map them across the network without having to collect them everywhere.
Awesome. So what's the future game plan for the company? What's next?
So some of the technologies we're very keen on are MPLS traffic engineering. This is really a service provider side thing, but that's a technology that's been deployed where there are a tremendous amount of management challenges with understanding how that plays into the rest of the network architecture. We're addressing that technology. Another one is multicast. As video is growing, we're seeing, particularly in Europe, IPTV really starting to take off. It's yet to really happen in the US and not so much in Asia yet, but we're starting to see that trend start to take off. So we're very interested in multicast, and we think that's going to, again, add another layer of complexity
Sure.
to traffic and routing dynamics.
Well, thanks. Thanks for being on the program.
Thanks
It was
very
a pleasure
much.
to meet you. Yeah.